What's going on, everybody? It's BC9 4XYZ, and welcome back to another gameplay walkthrough. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Assassin's Creed Syndicate. We're not completely done with it yet. We are going to go ahead and do the DLC that was released for it, for Jack the Ripper. I'm not exactly sure if, what's it called? If it's a long DLC, but it was $15, so I assume it was, like, along the lines of Unity when it comes to how long it is, I guess. I don't know why it keeps putting me onto this Ubisoft Club thing. It does this all the time. This is apparently a new app that Ubisoft just developed or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's go to Jack the Ripper, I guess, shall we? Let's do it. Ooh. Is that Jacob? That is Jacob. He looks, really different. Looks, a bit cleaned up. His hair is a little bit back. He doesn't have a hat on either, which is interesting as well. Interessante. Wonder what that means. Clearly time has passed. In the Assassin's Creed franchise, I mean, since this DLC opened. I hope loading screens don't take too long in this game. In this DLC, I should say. Here we go.
For 20 years, after the assassins defeated the Templars in London, the city enjoyed a certain peace until the Autumn of Terror. In 1888, London is plunged into shadow and fear by a series of gruesome and unsolvable murders. The brothels of Whitechapel seem warm and safe by comparison to its streets, where prostitutes are being mutilated and left on grotesque display for the world to ogle. Jacob Fry hunts the elusive killer to bring an end to the terror of Jack the Ripper.
Get a move on, Mr. Finch. This is the story of a lifetime.
Mr. Weaversbrook, I know you have more of the Ripper's letters.
I told you to stay away from me.
Stop publishing his letters. You've turned an unknown miscreant into a legend, and that's exactly what he wants.
Jacob! Thank God I found you. It's the Ripper. He's done it again. Katie! Oh, he can't. No, he can't have. And Lizzie. Not both. Not in one night.
Nellie, remember what I said. Now go.
How many more assassins must die before you see the truth?
Only one more, Jack.
You should have believed, Jacob. Now, I will hunt you down.
I know you're there, Jack. The Master of Terror's afraid to show
Whoa.
himself, is he?
I am your shadow, Jacob.
We get to play as Jack? I didn't know that. Wow.
I will gut every last one of them if that's the quickest way to you.
One of Jack's fear tools is the brutal takedown.
Come on, you monster! Let's be done with this!
Run all you like, Jacob. I will catch you.
Wow, this is really unique. I did not expect this.
I need only follow your scent. The scent of a wounded animal. There is nowhere you can hide from me.
Whoops. Went the wrong way. Relax, it's right there. Enemies react to River's terror in 3 states: calm, anxious, or frightened. Fear actions make enemies anxious and then frightened. You can affect any enemy's fear state with the fear tools.
Stop! You want me, Jack? Come and kill me! This is not our way.
This is my creed. You cannot escape me.
Okay. So was Jack an assassin?
Scurry back to your hole, little mouse.
I also can't tell if Jacob has the same voice actor. I assume he does, but what do you call it? His voice seemed a little different when he said, "Stop. You want me, come kill me." He sounded a little different.
Going somewhere, Jacob.
Jack, you're sick.
Don't you see the irony, brother?
Jack.
Only you know who the Ripper is. But you can't tell a living soul because it would destroy you and the assassins. No, 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 no!
Jack. We can fix you.
Fix me? I am the solution.
Miss Fry?
Inspector Aberline. Why exactly have you had me escorted here?
My men and I have been hunting the Ripper around the clock for months now, and we've nothing to show for it. There's nothing I can tell the public.
What's the Ripper to do with me? My brother has had me summoned here from India. Can't this wait?
As far as I know, you may be the last assassin in London.
What do you mean? Where's Jacob?
I wish I knew. Your brother is nowhere to be found, even as an elusive shadow is committing the most hideous crimes the city has ever seen.
And you believe this is no coincidence?
The killer is selective and dispassionate and has left not a single trace of his passage. I've seen such a talent for assassination and avoiding detection only once before, when I worked with the two of you. And that is why your brother summoned you before he disappeared.
You think Jacob is dead?
I dare not believe it. But if he is, you may be the only person who can stop the Ripper now. Follow me.
Well, the gang has aged certainly quite a bit.
When are you gonna stop that monster?
I'll take you to the site where the Ripper first struck.
Not to mention the fact that, well,
The journalists always seem to get the word
they look to be in
first.
their late 40s now.
We get there, they've trampled the evidence, and next day's headlines are dripping with blood. The few hundred yards between Flower and Dean Street have become so dangerous that even my best constables are afraid to patrol Whitechapel at night. Let's take a carriage, shall we? I'd rather not get egg on my face again today.
I'll drive. What has become of this borough?
Whitechapel is a cesspool of crime, Miss Fry, where terror reigns supreme. Elsewhere, the rich get richer, but here, the poor are living on the living, fighting to survive each day. Reporters share a view of Whitechapel as a lair of savages, monsters, and werewolves who hold honest citizens in a state of terror.
The Ripper's terror. Atta girl.
We are not far from where Mary Ann Nichols was murdered. I knew her as Polly. That's what her friends called her. But the woman who died here is not the woman I met a few times at the Frying Pan pub.
Then who was she?
I was hoping you could tell me. Go see for yourself.
This is incredible. We're in,
This is where the Ripper
London
committed his
30 years
first
later.
murder. Was Miss Nichols' body identified?
Her husband hadn't seen her in 11 years. He barely glanced at the poor, mutilated woman before he had the gall to forgive her for what she'd done to him. The press reported widely that Miss Nichols' finger bore the mark of a ring. It was forcibly removed, and the same is true for his other victims.
Uh-huh.
What did you discover?
Give me a moment.
This is interesting. This is like a murder mystery. Aha!
I found Miss Nichols' ring. An assassin's ring. She must have tossed it away during the struggle. A desperate act to protect the Brotherhood. You think they were targeted?
Yes. And the newspapers are accusing the police, me, of letting the first city of the world lapse into primeval savagery. I must take my leave, Miss Fry. I have other business in Whitechapel.
Good day, Inspector. Thank you for your discretion.
That was cool. I really liked that. That was really fun. So there's bounty hunts, close the fight clubs, carriage of justices.
I'll need to tackle Jack's influence over the gangs in London.
So you have a new Evie Fry model, which is very strange, in my opinion. There's patrols everywhere now. Wow. So I wonder how difficult everything is now. It's a good question now that I think about it. Well, let's head up. My question is, has London changed at all? I mean, not really. It's just winter now. That's really the only thing. Actually, what am I doing? Here, I'm going to go over here. Fast travel. We're going to call this the first video, guys, but thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time on Jack the Ripper.